What up? It's Jake Wrestler. I'm here to give you a little video today on a little theory I came up with, and what I think is proof of the true answer on whether God exists or not. And I do a lot of other videos, like I make raps. I love to rap. People that know that, people that know me know that. But I just want to go over this. So here's to start it off, just to give you a little background information. If you look up proof God exists on YouTube, you will find at least 100 videos probably. And they all have logical evidence, and it makes sense. And you could say it's proof. And then you'll look up proof God doesn't exist on YouTube, and it comes up with the same thing, 100 videos, and all of them logical evidence. You could say it's proven to be true. So what does that mean? That would mean one thing, that God exists and doesn't exist. But we got to go into my own proof on why I figured that out. So if I say the cat is in the hat, in that sentence, the cat is in the hat. That's what it says. So you see the cat in the hat in that thought, in that sentence. So if I say God doesn't exist, that means God doesn't exist in that sentence. If I say God, that means God exists, because I just said God, and God's a word, and the word exists if you could say it. And I just said the word God. So God exists and doesn't exist. Now, I know people say, well, what about Santa Claus? Well, Santa Claus exists, he just doesn't come to your house, right? You don't see him at your house. Or you could see him in your house by tricking yourself to hallucinate and do something crazy, but you got to get a certain level of chemicals in your brain to react a certain way to do that. It's called being a schizophrenic. Now, but the other way is, you just perceive things differently. So, if I could say God exists, because I just said God. If I could say God doesn't exist, God doesn't exist, because I just put doesn't exist right here, and God, and merge them together as one. There you go. So, what does that mean for you? Does that mean go to church, or become an atheist, or sometimes practice atheism and talk about how God doesn't exist, and then sometimes go praise the Lord? What does that mean? Well, here's what I think. I don't know this. This isn't the proof. The proof is God exists and doesn't exist. But I think there's three realms. There's the one that he exists, the one that he doesn't exist, and then there's your third realm, where you get to choose. And you get to choose whether he doesn't exist and exists in that third realm, doesn't exist, or exists. Personally, I think God exists to me, in my realm. But in a way I don't believe in God, in a way I do believe in God, and in another way I do believe in God. So overall I believe, but I don't believe at the same time. But overall, I do believe. It's complicated, but you understand, because you're really smart. But, yeah, so I believe God exists, but I also believe the other side. So, just to me, personally, God exists. I've decided that, and that's my belief. And I believe that when you die, you can just go into the ground like the atheists say. You don't have a soul if you don't believe in it. Or you believe you have a soul and you have one, and you go to heaven. That's it. Or you can go to hell if you believe that. But I don't believe that. I just believe when I die I'm going to heaven. In a way I'm not. In a way I'm just going into the ground. But I believe I have a soul because I've decided to believe it, not just because I think it's true. I've decided to believe it. I think both are true, and that's what I think. So, thank you guys. I hope you enjoy. And behave yourself.